Back here at Dwyer Stadium after a short malfunction.
Runner stole 2 second, 1-2 count. Americans desperate to get this first out here. Strike 3 called there.
Strike 3 called. Favada gets Roke down as we're back after short technological trouble. Back here at Dwyer Stadium. Fill you in on what you missed. Evan Brock stole second base, and just saw right there Jalen Roke struck out.
Runner on second, still in scoring position. Favada got
Just
one
out in the inning.
Still ways to go.
That one drills Kyle Vaughn in the back. That's Favada's third hit by pitch of the evening. The Americans have a right-hander throwing. It's Jace Burden is what it looks like. Also another arm throwing as well. Two right-handers getting loose in the pen. So it's first and second, one out.
You really got to get him in as soon as you can. It feels like Favada's fading.
So Braden I will dig in. Grounded out to shortstop back in the first. For I squares the bunt. Takes a fastball low and away for a ball. Just 2 runs in the inning, but it feels like a lot more. Muckdogs have flooded the bases all inning. Really done a great job putting pressure on this Americans team.
And it all goes back to that single by David past the diving second baseman, and then a hit by pitch, double steal.
I pops that one into shallow center. Brock was taken off for third. He'll have to retreat, caught by Ganschow, who drops, but it's going to be on the transfer. So Ganschow gets the out recorded, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that one a little bit too deep for the Americans, because you thought if it was going to stay up, might have had a chance to double them up at going back into second, but holds up enough for Tavius. He's able to scurry back into second. 2 outs now.
Joey Socorro digs in. 2 outs, first and second. Socorro with the triple back in the second inning, last inning. Favada deals, and he drills Socorro. The 4th hit by pitch of the game in 2 2/3 innings for Vincent Favada.
Yeah, that's 2 hit by pitches and that's 3 at bats. If you're Cordero, I really don't trust him in this spot to not hit him. Nowhere to put him with 2 outs.
So Evan Brock will move up 90 feet, as well as Kyle Vaughn, who's at second, Brock at third. Now Socorro at first, and James Quintero will dig into the plate for the Muckdogs. Flew out to right field back last inning, and that was that double play from Santos. A good backdoor slider by Favada there to start off with a strike.
Yeah, you just got to attack him outside, just because 3 hit by pitches in this inning really can't do it. Really can't be doing anything here. I wouldn't try and throw anything close to him. Just try and go hitting that outside corner.
Favada deals, slider low and away, misses. Seems like he heard you right there, Ethan.
Yeah.
Was going for that lone outside corner once again, that backdoor slider. James Quintero at the plate from Northridge, California, a junior at Pomona Pitzer Colleges in Claremont. Batted .321 this past year with 35 RBIs. Favada deals. That one's driven deep to right field. Going back is Santos, and he hauls it in to end the inning. So Favada escapes another jam, a bases loaded one. And after that, it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. At the end of 3 full innings, the Americans 0, the Muckdogs 2 here at Dwyer Stadium.
We're going to take a moment to recognize Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, a valued sponsor of the Americans. Since its founding in 1995, Salino Plumbing has grown from a specialized plumbing company into a full-service contractor offering 24/7 emergency repairs and maintenance. Salino Plumbing's local Buffalo plumbers are licensed, experienced professionals who work with your best interests in mind. They also aim to handle calls on the same day with fully stocked service vehicles to minimize wait times. Call 716-202-9665. That's 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today.
Mad Dog, the in-game host here at Dwyer Stadium, giving away some free pizza. The kids all over it in the crowd tonight. Mad Dog running around like crazy. A special thank you to Greater Together Credit Union for sponsoring the Niagara Falls Americans. Greater Together Credit Union offers personalized banking services, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts to anyone who lives, works, or attends school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com or stop by one of their 2 Western New York locations, 2901 Military Road in Niagara Falls or 160 Ward Road in North Tonawanda, where you'll find support for all of your banking needs. So it's the top of the 4th inning. Derek Jesmondi will lead off for the Americans. The Muckdogs have a 2-0 lead after a 2-run single by Evan Brock. In that bottom half of the 3rd, Mason Davey back out for his 4th inning of work. Jesmondi rips right at the shortstop for the first out of the inning. Miles Monell squeezes it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, got good contact on it, just right to short. Looking at the other games on this Friday, Olean up 2-1 for Geneva. They're looking for their first win. Auburn up 6-0 over Newark at the top of the 4th. Niagara up by 1 against Jamestown. We just saw a hit by pitch this first at bat. So 1 out, runner on first.
Yeah, Davey drilled Cooper Rowell right there, so he'll head down 90 feet to first base after a Jesmondi line out to short. Yadiel Santos digs in now, the Americans' 4-hitter, with a base hit back in the 2nd inning.
Santos having an unreal game in the field, able to track down that fly ball into right. If that one falls, I think 3-run score, and then obviously throws him out at home in right. Easily have 3 runs saved in this game.
Davey checks on Jesmondi Rowell over at first. Rowell dives right back in. Cooper Rowell struck out in his first at bat. Wears that one for a hit by pitch. He's on first. Yadiel Santos at the plate. The 1-0. Fastball in the inside corner, called for a strike.
Santos, one of the 2 Americans hits, him and Gladfelter.
Davey checks Rowell at first. An average size lead. Fires. Santos drives that one to deep left center. Chasing down, and it's hauled in. Jalen David snags that one deep in left center. Runs it down. Nice play by Jalen David for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, that one just kept going and going. Great catch in center field. Has to extend his arm fully out. If that one falls, it's going right to the wall. And Santos probably has a double. That's huge.
A really nice catch by Jalen David there, stopping the bleeding. What could have been a run for sure. Rowell definitely scoring on that play if that falls in. Here's Thomas Marcotte, the first baseman for the Americans tonight. Takes a ball up in the zone.
Certainly seen the strength from both these teams' outfields in this game so far.
Absolutely. Another pickoff attempt.
Pickoff galore at this game. Really feel like we really saw a lot in that Ironbacks game, maybe until later in the game, but they see him a foot off the bag, they're going to throw.
That one's taken for a strike. 1-1, 2 outs here. The Muckdogs have a 2-0 lead in the top of the fourth. Americans looking for their first win of the season. Marcotte throws up his hand, and the umpire grants him time at home plate.
Very righty-filled lineup for the Americans. Only lefty is Jesmondi. Then on the other side, 3 for the Muckdogs. Yeah, late time called there.
Joey
Just in
Socorro
time.
tried to throw down to first to get Rowell out, but didn't realize it. Home plate umpire did grant Marcotte time at home. So it'll be a 1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Davey from the stretch deals. Swing and a miss. For strike 2. Rowell with a little fake steal action over that first. Retreats back to the bag.
That was a home run swing there from Marcotte. Just cut on and missed. 1-2 count here. Looking to get another scoreless frame here if you're Davey.
Well, 1-2 coming. Fastball, dribble to first. Snagged on 2 hops. James Quintero walks over and touches first. So there's 3 outs. Marcotte. No runs on. No hits, no errors, and no men left on base at the end of 3.5. It's Muckdogs 2. It's the Americans nothing. Here on the Americans Sports Network, Tom Rook and Ethan Duncan will be back after a short break. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Johnny Ryan for helping make this season possible. A classic mainstay across the Buffalo-Niagara region, Johnny Ryan produces the popular 716 Loganberry and 716 Loganade. Head to johnnyryan.com to check out their wide variety of old-fashioned sodas made with 100%. Back here at Dwyer Stadium, Colin Price, the new pitcher for the Americans. Colin Price coming in, making his first appearance as an American. Yeah, so 2 earned in 3 innings of work for Favada. Now the Americans will hand the ball to a Georgia Highlands Community College player in Colin Price. He'll make his first appearance as an American. A 2-way star out of high school in Jefferson, Georgia. Georgia Highlands College in Cartersville, Georgia. Played in the Beach Collegiate Baseball League last summer. Price deals a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Caught on a miss. Strike 2 to Jacob Vexco, the right fielder tonight for the Muckdogs. Down 0-2 here once again. Price from the windup deals an off-speed pitch in the zone. They check at first. He did not go, so it'll be a 1-2 to Vexco. Vexco rocking number 99. Rare to see in these summer leagues.
First checks in we've seen all game there. Pretty close. He just held up. Still plenty of ways to go in this 1-2 count.
3 RBIs and 7 at-bats on the year for Vexco. Another curveball in the dirt. Mexico checks his swing, does not go, so it'll be a 2-2 from Price.
Went for a couple breaking balls in this at bat. We'll see fastball here off the zone to Phantom.
Price kicks and deals from the windup. Fastball low, just misses. So it'll be a full count.
Yeah, pretty close to that first pitch we saw. Looked to be a similar spot from an 0-2 count. 3 straight balls, 3 great takes here to work it to a full count. Let's go.
Price deals. Got on a miss for strike 3, so a leadoff strikeout for Colin Price. Sends Jacob Vexco back to the dugout.
Good at bat there. He didn't get anything right down the middle. Just really found his spots, and when he didn't, made it a 3-2 count. Found it there. Good first strikeout.
The Georgia Highlands Community College sophomore deals in the dirt there for ball 1. Colin Price from Jefferson, Georgia. So another long drive all the way up to Niagara Falls, New York. Price, fastball in the outside corner, fouled off by Miles Manel, the shortstop for the Muckdogs tonight. Grounded out to the third baseman back in the second inning. Cooper Rowell ranging over to make a nice play back in the second. Threw it on the run, got him out. Price in the windup, deals the 1-1. Dribbled foul. Manel looks like hit him in the box. So it'll be a 1-2 here at Dwyer Stadium.
Yeah, it's always tough when you foul off a pitch on like a 1-1, and then you have to get defensive here on a 2 straight count. If your body just got hit by a ball.
Just 2 hits for the Americans tonight, 3 for the Muckdogs so far. One of those being a big triple from Joey Socorro back in the second inning. Price misses in the dirt for ball 2. Be a 2-2 pitch coming up next. The Muckdogs, a very successful season last year. West Division champs now 3 years in a row in the PGCBL. Price kicks, deals the 2-2 low and outside for ball 3.
That was the first pitch we've really seen go outside. Just looks like he didn't really find his spot. Another full count pitch.
Full count, 1 out, nobody on. Price in the windup. And he gets him swinging on a curveball in the dirt. Drop third strike, gets him out at first. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Colin Price.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing from Price. Although those 2 strikeouts weren't fast, he got them regardless. 14 pitches through 2/3. We'll take it here for the Americans, which is why we don't stop the bleeding after those 2 runs on that chopper single and up on the 3rd.
A nice pitch by Price, and off speed. Looked like a curveball down in the dirt. And gets Manel to chase. Back to the top of the order. It's Jalen David takes a strike on the outside corner for a strike.
David, like Santos, has a hit. Also was one of the runs scored and made a great play there. Now Tompkins sign in left field. Robin Santos.
Curveball on the outside corner. Take it for a ball. 1-1. Colin Price guided the Forest Brook Mallards to a Final Four in the Beach Collegiate Baseball League last summer. David squares the bunt but pulls back. 2-1.
Pulls it back. We've seen a couple of bunts so far in this game.
Price from the windup deals the 2-1. David fouls that one on the first base line. Out of play. Into the parking lot. The 2-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. The Muckdogs lead 2-0 at Dwyer Stadium.
Price really has struggled to get to these 2 strikes, and he's gotten his payoff pitch to work last 2 at bats.
Price deals the 2-2. Fouled back again by David.
Same spot there, just off the end of that. Keeps the at-bat going.
The Muckdogs working deep into the count so far against Price, making him throw plenty of bullets so far tonight. That one's cut on and missed in the dirt once again. Picked by Rowan. He'll fire down to first. And Colin Price comes in for the Americans and strikes out the side. Sits down Vexco, Monell, and David in order. No runs on no hits, no errors, and no men left on base. At the end of 4 full innings, the Muckdogs lead the Americans 2-0. Hyde Park Elementary, sponsor of the Americans this season. The Niagara Falls Americans would also like to thank Laborers Local 91 for their generous support this season. Laborers Local 91 provides highly trained workers for heavy construction, environmental remediation, and infrastructure projects, while also offering apprenticeships and health and safety training. Since 1935, Laborers Local 91 has been proudly building the infrastructure, economy, and communities of the Niagara Frontier. Call Laborers Local 91 at 716-297-6441 to apply for a career as a skilled construction craft worker. So after 4, the Muckdogs have a 2-0 lead. 3 hits for the Muckdogs, 2 for the Americans. Looking around the Perfect Game Collegiate League and some other games tonight. The Doubledays lead the Pilots in Colburn Park in Auburn, New York, 6-0. Geneva down to Olean 2-0 at Bradner Stadium. Muckdogs obviously right here in Batavia beating the Americans 2-0. The Ironbacks lead the Tarpskunks 1-0. And then in the East Division, the Mohawks are leading the Glens Falls Dragons 2-0. And the Oneonta Outlaws ahead of the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs 2-0 as well. That one in the bottom of the second. Matthew Ganschow will lead off here in the top of the 5th for the Americans. Ganschow in his Americans debut flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Ganschow drives that one to left field. A nice easy play for Kyle Vaughn. He hauls it in, fires it back into the infield. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Muckdogs.
That feels like first pitch swing is something that killed them in that game. You're down. It feels like that was something the Americans really struggle with, and it's tough to see.
Yeah, Ganschow worked a good count there in his first at-bat. Takes a hack there on the first pitch, flies it out to left field. Here's Tom Rowan, the catcher for the Americans. He takes a hack at the first pitch, swings and misses at a fastball. Mason Davey back out for his 5th inning of work here for the Muckdogs. Rowan grounded out to the 6th hole back in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch from Davey. Called strike.
Davey not taking any time here. It just feels like he's pitching a shoe here, pitch after pitch after pitch, quickly 0-2 count.
Yeah, Davey doing a really good job against this Americans offense. Fastball outside corner misses. 1-2. Doing a really good job against this Americans offense. Has a really good pace to him out there on the mound. Like you mentioned, not taking a lot of time, just settles back on the mound after each pitch and fires away. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back to the screen, Tom Rowan. Choking up on the bat with the 2-strike approach. Fouls that one back.
Yeah, obviously if you're a pitcher, really all that matters about your timing. And if it messes up in any single way, it can really cost you and the team. It really feels like he hasn't changed it up at all, has his speed, and it's kept them force row so far.
The 1-2 from Davey. Fastball up and away, misses, just misses. 2-2 will be the count here to Tom Rowan. The Americans' 2nd game of the 2026 season, the Muckdogs' 5th. There's a slider. Rowan fouls it right back. So Tom Rowan working a quality at bat here for the Americans. Has fouled 2 pitches off now. Looking to extend this inning and pass the baton.
2-2 count here.
Rowan still choked up. Davey, there's that front door slider, just misses. It'll be a full count coming to Rowan.
Yeah, great take there to move the count 3-2. Want to swing at that one, but good play there to hold off.
So here's Davey from the windup, the 3-2. Rowan drives that one to deep left field, and it's going to be foul into the Muckdogs bullpen. Gave it a ride just out in front.
Yeah, that's certainly the farthest ball we've seen. Just couldn't keep it fair there. As you said, it falls through the bullpen.
Rowan still choked up. Full count coming from Davey. He deals. Fastball up and away. Called ball 4. Joey Socorro thought it was strike 3. Stepped out to throw the ball around, and Tom Rowan standing at first base saying, hey, that was ball 4. I'm here. So the Americans have something going here.
Haven't gotten on this path. Just haven't been able to advance them, which was something we saw in the Ironbacks today. They were able to hit start games where runners were on or with 2 outs. They faltered, and that's why they lost by 7.
So here's Justin Gladfelter, has one of the 2 hits tonight for the Americans. Davey picks off to Rowan at first. Muckdogs love the pickoffs. Seen it a couple times tonight early on. Just the top of the 5th. They have a 2-0 lead over the Americans. Davey deals low and away for ball 1.
Just wonder when Gladfelter is going to steal here. 2 in a row. Last time he was up.
Yeah, somebody you definitely want to keep off the bases if you're the Muckdogs. Davey deals the 1-0. Ball up, 2-0. Some action in the Muckdogs bullpen. Looks like Erwin Branch throwing for Batavia.
Davey's gotten out of some stuff here. 2-0. Gotta be careful.
Davey from the stretch. Slide step delivers. Slider is a strike. 2-1.
I feel like you want to have that pitch there. Just one that flutters right over the front of the plate. Opted to take it, but certainly could have mashed that one.
Davey doing a really good job so far tonight, slowing down the pace of this Americans offense, setting his own pace on the mound. Davey deals. Slider low. Called a ball. 3-1.
Absolutely the pitch we saw from Price earlier in this game, going for that low corner in the strike zone. Doesn't get it there. It's 3-1.
Here's Davies 3-1. Gladfelter dribbles that one down the first baseline. Nearly hits Angel Nova Lopez, who's doing the first base coaching tonight for the Americans. Logan Stickler on deck. Full count coming to Gladfelter.
Yeah, 3-2 count here. Really tough here. Gotta be swinging no matter what.
Here's the full count to Gladfelter. Rowan taking off on the pitch. Flown foul out of play. So Gladfelter working a longer at bat here for the Americans. Making Mason Davey work. Muckdogs have it arm warming. Full count, 1 out. Gladfelter signaled in his last at bat, then stole 2 bases. So if you're a Muckdogs fan, you want to keep his legs off the bases. Tom Rowan at first. Pick off at first by Davey. Rowan back in plenty of time.
Feels like his rhythm is just honestly doing these pickoffs. I mean, especially in a 3-2 count. Big spot here. Could delay it with a pickoff. Hey, maybe look at him out.
So the full count. Rowan takes off from first, and it's ball 4. No need for a throw down. Gladfelter will jog down to first. Back-to-back walks for Mason Davey. And the Americans have now a runner in scoring position. And Tom Rowan at second as Logan Stickler will head to the plate.
Yeah, big
first
spot
and
here
second.
for Stickler, especially first and second, that 1 out. Wonder if we're going to see a new pitcher in. You're talking about it, how we've sort of seen him get out of these innings here, especially clinging to that 2-run lead, getting into these middle innings. We'll take your chances, try and bring the reliever who's sort of been warming up for the last inning and a half.
So Coach Grant Bickham going to walk to the mound and talk things over with Mason Davey. Grant Bickham, a Lancaster, Ohio native, actually enlisted in the Marines after high school. Played for a camp baseball team during the entirety of his enlistment, and he's currently earning a degree in sports and leisure studies. Coach Bickham talking things over with Davey. It'll be Logan Stickler for the Americans.
Yeah, it really feels like you go back to that first pitch swing from Ganshaw when you flew out. You really just let him get off the hook for that first out. We just saw 2 full count pitches. He couldn't throw a strike, and Ganshaw, he didn't have to worry about that in that Ganshaw at bat because he was first pitch swinging. It just feels like if he's more careful there, instead of first and second, hey, maybe he gets a walk, hey, maybe he gets a single, and it could be a whole different game. Obviously, first and second, it's only 1 out, but you just think when you're looking for opportunities and they're limited, stuff like that can really come back to kill you.
Yeah, Mason Davey, a very successful season this past year for Genesee Community College right here in Batavia. Worked out of plenty of trouble there this season. Can do it. See if he can do it right here. A pickoff play is on. Throws behind the runner, Tom Rowan at second. And he's back in time. Logan Stickler digs in for the Americans. One of just a few returners we mentioned earlier. Stickler back for his second year with the Americans. Out on interference in his first at-bat in the third inning. Davey deals a strike to Stickler.
Yeah, close play there. Looking at his pass last year, 2 RBIs on the year last year. Could tie it up in just his second game. Big spot here for the sophomore.
Stickler up with 1 out, 0-1. To Stickler, dribbles that one foul over the head of Coach Coco Cordero. So it'll be an 0-2 to Logan Stickler.
That's the pitch you want there. You're able to just chopped it right past the third baseman. Just couldn't keep it in play. If it does, that probably is a 2-run double. Still 0-2.
Davey from the stretch. Deals. And he drills Logan Stickler right in the head. Definitely a scary one if you're a viewer. Looks like Stickler's okay. Jogs right down to first. He's good. Right off the helmet. Not something you want to see, but he looks to be okay.
Yeah, we saw a pitch sort of like that to Santos, and he got it out of the way. That one might have been a little more of a breaking ball, but that one just right on the right on the dome there. Makes the bases loaded. Obviously, helmet, big play there, but big spot here for the Americans.
Yeah, big spot for Ryotaro Munakata. His second at-bat is an American. Takes the first pitch, fastball up. Munakata struck out back in the third inning with a runner on third and 1 out. So definitely looking for some redemption here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the 1-0. Munakata checks his swing. Called strike. 1-1.
Big spot here from Munakata. Just trying to get a chopper. That's how those first 2 runs scored, second and third with the infield in. Chopped over the shortstop. He's got to put contact here.
Here's the 1-1. Munakata fouls that back to the screen. A hanging curveball. Coach Cordero cheering on his player at the plate. First and second, 1 out. Excuse me, bases loaded, 1 out. Count is 1-2. To Munakata. Davey from the stretch. Deals the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A big strikeout for Mason Davey. Munakata's second K of the game. This time it's swinging.
Yeah, he just couldn't get any contact on that one. Did on that second strike, fouled it away. Just can't let the Muckdogs get off the hook here with a 1 out, bases loaded. Savino trying to make them pay here. 0 for 2 so far.
And here's Anthony Savino, the leadoff hitter for the Americans. Davey. Savino drives that one into center field, but it's no problem for Jalen David, and Mason Davey escapes the jam. Joey Socorro fired up for his pitcher. And the Muckdogs escape a jam. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base at the end of 5.5. The Muckdogs have a 2-0 lead. It's Tom Rook and Ethan Duncan on the Americans Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Johnny Ryan for helping make this season possible. A classic mainstay across the Buffalo-Niagara region, Johnny Ryan produces the popular 716 Loganberry and 716 Loganade. Head to johnnyryan.com to check out their wide variety of old-fashioned sodas made with 100% real cane sugar. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs.
Back here at Dwyer Stadium, Tom Rook and Ethan Duncan. Colin Price back out for his second inning of work for the Niagara Falls Americans. A very impressive first inning of work, nonetheless. Struck out the side there in the bottom half of the fourth. A tough break for the Americans. Last inning had the bases loaded. A Munakata strikeout and a Savino flyout. Leaves that 0 still up on the scoreboard, Ethan.
Yeah, and it goes to those just the two big outs of that inning. Obviously, besides the strikeout, 2 flyouts to center and left, both on that first pitch, just not taking a pitch. And then the reason they had the bases loaded, obviously that hit by pitch was a big factor. Walks, 6 pitch walks, being able to work Davey. And if you just fly out on the first pitch, you're letting him get off the hook, and it leaves this game 2-0 when it very well could be tied at 2.
So the bottom half of the fifth coming up here at Dwyer Stadium. It'll be Rubinski, Brock, and Roke for the Muckdogs. Luke Rubinski leading off against Colin Price. Takes the fastball in the outside corner for a first pitch strike. Luke Rubinski played this past year at SUNY Niagara. 15 games, 33 at-bats, had 11 hits, 9 RBIs. Throws in the dirt for a ball. Luke Rubinski went to St. Joe's High School here in the Western New York area. St. Francis High School. Second team All-Catholic there in high school. Price misses up and away. Ball 2.
A 2-1 count here for Price. Sort of went low in the first pitch, goes high on that third pitch. 2-1 count.
Rubinski hit by a pitch in the third and walked in the first, so he's reached both times. Takes that one. Now 3-1. A good eye on Rubinski. Definitely a good hitter so far this year. 2 hits and just 4 at-bats. A hit by pitch tonight and earlier in the season, so 2 on the year. Rubinski swings, pops that one up into shallow left field. Savino's got it all day, puts it away. 1 out in the inning.
Good stuff here from Price.
So here's Evan Brock, the Muckdogs' third baseman. Singled back in the third, ended up stealing a base as well, and walked in the first. He's reached both times as well. Now we'll face Colin Price, who's mowed down 4 batters already. The 0-0. Up and away, missed for a ball. Price's first outing as an American. Doing well so far. Here's the 1-0. Pitch on the inside corner, dropped by Rowan. Called for a ball.
Yeah, Brock 1 for 1 on this game so far. Had that 2 RBI chopper.
Here's the 2-0 from Price. Dribbled to third base, picked up by Rowell. Fired across the diamond. And there's a 5-3 put out. 2 outs for the Americans.
Another good play there. Off of bounds, snagged it easily. Plenty of time to get the runner.
So Jalen Roke will dig in now for the Muckdogs, the designated hitter tonight. Roke, a 2-way player for the Muckdogs. A lefty. Jalen Roke actually offered by the University of Navy to play football. Played outside linebacker at Godby High School in Tallahassee, Florida. Cuts on and misses there for strike 1. Roke, 6'4", 230 pounds. Good frame for a designated hitter. Price shakes. Shakes again, now likes what he sees. Here's the 0-1. Fastball in the inside corner, dots it for a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, we've just obviously been talking about how Chris Cordero really doesn't know who he's looking for for this season. Honestly, Price really showing that it should be him so far in this game.
Price commanding the strike zone early here in his second inning work. Misses that one, change up and away. Release that one a little bit out in front. So it'll be a 1-2 now to Roque. Price 3 strikeouts and just almost 2 innings of work, 1 2/3. Down and in. Roque checks his swing. He did not go. So it'll be a 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dwyer Stadium, Friday night, early June. A nice night for a ball game. Price delivers in the dirt, cut on and miss, blocked by Rowan. Throw down to first. And that's an inning-ending strikeout for Colin Price, his 4th of the game. And at the end of 5, no runs on no hits, no errors, and no men left on base. The Muckdogs lead the Americans 2-0. It's Tom Rook and Ethan Duncan with you here on the Americans Sports Network. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Red Robin for their support this season, famous for its gourmet burgers, family-friendly atmosphere, and signature bottomless sides. Red Robin has something for everyone to enjoy. Make sure your next meal is a home run. Swing by Red Robin and catch all your favorites under one roof.
The Niagara Falls Americans greatly appreciate the generous support of the Stalka Agency. Since 1957, the Stalka Agency has been a proud provider of comprehensive insurance services to the Western New York community. Stalka Agency specializes in having real conversations, straightforward guidance without industry jargon, as well as proactive planning. Get tailored insurance quotes or policy assistance by calling the local Stalka Agency team at 716-634-7070. That's 716-634-7070.
So it's a new pitcher for the Muckdogs in the top half of the 6th inning. Here at Dwyer Stadium, it's Irwin's Branch from the Bronx, New York. Most recently was at St. Xavier University in Chicago, Illinois, an NAIA school. Actually pitched for Batavia last year, just 4 innings. Had a 2.25 ERA. Played his sophomore season at Herkimer County Community College. So certainly a good outing for Mason Davey.
Yeah,
If you're a Muckdogs fan, you got to be happy with 5 scoreless.
Yeah, 2 hits, 3 walks, couple of pair hit by pitches, 4 strikeouts, 3 looking, and obviously 6 flyouts, 3 groundouts, and the most important thing, no earned runs.
Most important thing, still a donut up there on the scoreboard for the Americans. Branch comes in, firing bullets. Been clocked up around the 90, low 90 range. Branch coming in out of the stretch as a reliever, kind of a 3-quarter release. It'll be 2-3-4 for the Americans. Jesmondi, Rowell, and Santos. Just 2 hits on the night for the Americans. Ethan, a lot of walks, a lot of hit by pitches tonight.
Obviously, it's hard to get some hits if they don't throw you a strike, and then you'll just take a walk. I mean,
it's the name of the game.
Yep.
Really good atmosphere here at Dwyer Stadium. Kids ran the bases there in that past half inning. Great place to play a ball game. Jesmondi digs in against Branch. Fires strike 1, fastball in the inside corner. Jesmondi talking to the home plate umpire, seeing if that just caught the corner. Branch in the stretch. Rowell on deck. Evan Brock in at third. Branch paints the inside corner. Strike 2.
Yeah, he's found his spot, and you can see the heat there with that from the glove. Quick 0-2. Fastball is the name of the game here for Branch.
Yep, Irwin's Branch also hit at Mineral Area Community College, where he spent his freshman year. Jesmondi follows that one away. So Branch has experience as a two-way player. He actually pitched his freshman fall at Niagara University, then transferred to Mineral Area Community College, where he had 93 strikeouts in 91 1/3 innings. Branch deals. Flown to the shortstop. Caught by Miles Monell, and Jesmondy set down once again.
Second straight time we've seen a liner right to Mornell. Second time he really hasn't had to move at all. That one sank a little bit lower, but still able to make the play for another line out.
Yeah, you mentioned second time we've seen that one. The first time was also Derek Jesmondy, a line out to the 6 hole. Jesmondy just kind of hitting those little humpback liners right at Miles Monell. So here's Cooper Rowell, the 3-hitter tonight for the Americans. Branch deals low and outside for ball 1.
The first time we've really seen someone there where he wasn't just throwing strikes as that one scoots away.
Rowell talking to Joey Socorro, having a good friendly conversation. Branch in the stretch, couple toe taps, and deals the 1-0 to Rowell. Popped up to shallow center on the edge of the infield dirt. Hauled in by Braden Nye, the second baseman. There's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, 2 quick outs here. Unlike Price in his first outing where he had those 2 strikeouts, but took 7 pitches to do so. 2 quick outs, 6 pitches.
So here's Yadiel Santos for the Americans. Santos, a big throw all the way back in the second inning. A 9-2 put out from right field, an absolute cannon. Now we'll step into the box. 0-0, 2 outs. Branch hits a slider low and in, paints it for a strike.
Still 1 or 2 hitters with a hit. That one into left field and was robbed of one into shallow left center for 2 on the day.
Here's Branch's 0-1. Slider low and away. Santos checks his swing. Ball 1.
Santos trying to start a rally here with 2 outs.
Americans only 2 hits, but they've had runners on all game. A flurry of walks, hit by pitches, and batters reaching. Branch misses up there, upstairs for a strike, or a ball, excuse me, ball 2. 2-1, 2 outs. Americans in the away blues tonight. They'll unveil the new home whites tomorrow night at Sal Magley Stadium in Niagara Falls. Branch deals the 2-1 to Santos. Cut on and missed. Strike 2.
Nice pitch there from Santos. He was on it, just curled down. I think we thought that was the fastball. 2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Muckdogs lead 2-0 here in the top half of the 6th. Wins Branch against Yadiel Santos. Here's the 2-2. Missed outside. It'll be a full count to Santos. Santos from the Bronx, New York. Wins Branch from the Bronx as well. A matchup of 2 guys from Yankees territory. Branch popped up. Joey Socorro behind home. He corrals it in. Pumping up the crowd as well as he snags it and ends the inning for the Muckdogs. So it's no hits, no runs, no errors, and no men left on base. After 6.5 innings, the Muckdogs still lead the Americans 2-0.
Special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Niagara Falls Americans this season. A locally owned and operated HVAC company, Tropical Heating and Cooling specializes in installing, repairing, and maintaining residential heating, cooling, and indoor air quality systems. Proudly supporting local baseball and local homes. Visit tropicalheating.net or call 716-870-0753. That's 716-870-0753 to submit a service request.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank all our official partners on the season. The Niagara Falls Americans would love to partner with your business. The Americans have lots of options to make your presence known in the community. Please visit their website at NiagaraFallsAmericans.com to get involved and go Americans. So in the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Dwyer Stadium. A new pitcher for the Americans. It's Jackson Lerner, who fired an inning in that game 2 nights ago in St. Catharines, Ontario. The side armor for the Americans.
Yeah, I liked what I really saw from Price finishing the game. 2 innings pitched, batters faced, no hits, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, all swinging.
Yeah, Price definitely giving the Americans a good outing out of the bullpen. Coach Cordero likes what he sees, so he's going to sit down Price and save him possibly for tomorrow or another day. Like, I think, you know, you look at this long season, 44 games in the Perfect Game League. They're going to need innings. They're going to need arms, and one of those arms is going to be Colin Price from what he's shown tonight.
Yep.
Lerner deals and hits the leadoff batter in Kyle Vaughn, his 3rd hit by pitch of the evening.
Wore it pretty well there. Didn't wince at all, just went right to first.
Where's a slider? That's the 5th hit by pitch of the evening for the Americans pitching tonight. Kyle Vaughn has worn 3 tonight, all by himself. So he takes a standard lead off first. Lerner in the stretch. Deals first pitch. Squares the bunt. Pulls back. Is Braden I, the second baseman for the Muckdogs.
That might be a PGCBL record so far this year.
3 hit by pitch by one player
Yeah.
in one game. Lerner from the stretch deals. Strike 1 to Braden I. Right on the outside corner. There's that 2-seamer that Lerner features. The kind of sweeper slider, and then the 2-seamer changeup mix for Jackson Lerner. Right-handed pitcher out of Clarkson University in Potsdam, New York. Lerner deals the 1-1. I flown to shallow left field out of, and it's going to fly out past the third base line, bounce out of play.
Yeah, bounced out of play. I wonder if he would have tagged up on that one. Nonetheless, 1-2.
1-2 count coming to Braden I. A great year this past year at Westminster College in Fulton, Missouri. 45 games played. Started all 45 as Lerner picks off at first. Kyle Vaughn back in plenty of time. 50 RBIs, like you mentioned earlier, Ethan. That's 3rd in program history at Westminster College in Fulton. Played with the St. Louis Gamers last summer as he drills that one to left field. Ganchow hauls it in near the third base line. Throws it back in. Nice play by Matt Ganchow.
Yeah, that one hit pretty hard, but just stayed up long enough for Ganchow. Thought it was going to drop, but able to make a pretty easy play after a loud crack of the bat.
First out of the inning, Joey Socorro digs in now. The catcher had a triple back in the 2nd, and you guessed it, hit by pitch in the 3rd. Socorro has had a presence to him all night, hyping up the crowd after every out, after any end of inning. Is taking off from first. Rowan's thrown on to 2nd, not in time. It's a stolen base for Kyle Vaughn. Throw just a little left. Good backup by Anthony Savino, the shortstop. Gladfelter couldn't quite pick it. There's a steal.
Yeah, good pick there by Savino there in shallow center. I think he gets in safely regardless if it's a good throw. It's a good jump.
3rd steal of the night for the Muckdogs. Here's the 1-0. Taking time is Socorro. Wearing number 34 for the Muckdogs, Joey Socorro. Played 3 games this season. 6 at-bats, just 1 hit. That one killed to left field. Ganchow back at the wall. Reaches up, and he makes the catch at the wall. Ganchow fires into 3rd. And Kyle Vaughn tags up from second to third. Joey Socorro raises his helmet, says, "Nice catch, Ganschow," because it was.
Absolutely. Unbelievable catch there by Ganschow. Full extension, goes right to that second row of signs, is able to make the play. I thought for a second he played it off the wall, but nope, cleanly grabbed, able to move from second to third. Cleanly, obviously, with how far it went. So run still 90 feet away, but you'll take second with runner at third instead of second and third with one out.
Yeah, good base running by Kyle Vaughn to tag up on that one as that one's ripped down the first baseline. Foul by James Quintero. So Matt Ganschow making both plays so far this inning, both outs. A really nice catch at the wall there. 6'3" frame.
And he timed it perfectly, too. Sometimes you think you might have to jump a little bit early, waited patiently.
Quintero drives that one to shallow right center. Munakata calls it and snags it to end the inning. So after 6 full innings right there, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 6 full innings here at Dwyer Stadium. 2 runs by the Muckdogs, none by the Americans. They still lead 2-0. It's Tom Ruck and Ethan Duncan with you on the American Sports Network. We'll be back after a short break.
The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup.
2-0, the Muckdogs lead the Americans here on the American Sports Network. It's Tom Ruck alongside Ethan Duncan in the top half of the 7th inning here at Dwyer Stadium. It'll be Thomas Marcotte to lead things off for the Americans. Marcotte popped out to the shortstop all the way back in the 2nd inning. Irwin's Branch back out for his 2nd inning work. Branch, 0-0 pitch, missed up and in for a ball.
Quick talk here with Socorro. It feels like when he's got his spot, he's got it. But then it feels like he can go anywhere. We've seen it go. We've seen pass balls go inside. We've seen them go outside. We've seen them go high. We've seen them go low.
Yeah, Branch really firing the bullets tonight. Joey Socorro taking a look. Taking a chat with Branch on the mound. Marcotte 0 for 2 tonight. Getting the start at first base for the Americans. Branch deals. Fastball. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Branch, a good presence to him on the mound for the Muckdogs. His 2nd year here in Batavia. A senior athletically in college. Marcotte rips that one foul down the 3rd baseline. Americans have had runners on all game, just could not find that first run quite yet.
Hey, look back to that 5th inning, bases loaded, 1 out.
1-2 Branch ahead of Marcotte. Here's the pitch. Fastball ripped right up the middle for a base hit to lead off the bottom of the seventh, top of the seventh, excuse me, Thomas Marcotte. The third hit of the ball game for the Americans.
Yeah, it's exactly what you needed. Able to work that 1-2 count just up the middle, past the glove there. Branch, lead off runner here for the Americans.
So it's Thomas Marcotte on first. Matthew Ganschow will dig in, his third at-bat for the Americans. A nice play there in that bottom half of the sixth at the wall Ganschow had. As he digs in with a runner at first. The sophomore at Niagara University. Branch deals fastball down the middle for a strike.
Feels like Branch's velocity picked up there. So 1.
Branch versus Ganschow. 0-1, nobody out here in the top half of the seventh. Branch deals. Socorro snapped out to first. Marcotte back in plenty of time. Looks like a little fake steal action by Thomas Marcotte. Ganschow takes that one for a ball, so it's even 1-1 here in the top half of the seventh. Just 3 hits by either ball club.
Certainly the opposite of that Ironbacks game where it was, I believe, 25 hits combined.
Absolutely. Branch in the stretch. Marcotte, an average-sized lead over at first. Here's the 1-1. Ganschow fouled here. Right at home plate off of Joey Socorro behind the dish. He's going to walk it off. The 1-2 to Ganschow coming. Ganschow, a solid year at Niagara this past year.
I believe it's the second at-bat for Mercado. It's his third. Had that hit. I believe had a grounder as well.
Branch checks Marcotte a couple times, fires to Ganschow. Fastball up in the zone, misses. So 2-2. Ganschow working a good at-bat here for the Americans. Batted just over 250 this past year for the Purple Eagles. Branch did not play collegiately this year, but was most recently at St. Xavier in Chicago. Branch deals the 2-2 slider, low and away, misses for ball 3. Full count coming to Ganschow. A big at-bat for the Americans. Action count. If you'd like to see Coach Cordero put something on, possibly a good count for Marcotte to run on, but still nobody out. You don't want to see him make the first out at second. Fastball up. Ganschow takes ball 4. So the first 2 runners reach for the Americans against Irwin's Branch here in the top half of the 7th inning.
You saw him almost thinking about maybe going to third with that pass ball, but was careful, stayed at second. Now first and second for Rohan. Has an at-bat, has a walk as well in this game.
Rowan up for the Americans. Plays at Lock Haven University. Walked his last at-bat back in the 5th. And grounded out to short all the way back in the 2nd. So 0 for 1 today. Rowan going to square the bunt. Pulls back. Snap throw to second. And it goes into center field. Marcotte slides back. But good backup by Jalen David. So quite a series of events right there. Marcotte kind of took off a little bit too far. Didn't see the ball down as Rowan pulled back on the bunt. So it's ball 1. Marcotte gets back safely, luckily. You look for Rowan to square the bunt once again here.
Yeah, if he doesn't go head first slide into second, you wonder if he can get into third, but still first and second, nobody out. The infield in.
Rowan squares the bunt. Pops it foul out of play. 1-1 coming next for Marcotte. Coach Cordero giving Tom Rowan some help on how to get the ball down, it looks like. 1-1 coming next to Rowan. For your Branch, you're looking to throw a high fastball to make it tough to get a bunt down. Quintero charging from first. Rowan drilled on the pitch. Did he get the bat fully around or not? The umpire calls time. Looks like Rowan hit in the face, possibly. Coach Martinez coming out for Batavia as well. Now the Batavia trainer coming out to check on Tom Rowan. A tough spot for the Americans, who just signed Tyler Foxcroft, a catcher. You look at this roster, not many catchers on the roster. Tom Rowan, a very significant player for this team. Looks like got hit in the left cheek. Either came off the bat. Kind of tough to tell angle-wise. Looks like Rowan's going to be okay. Not going down to first, though, so you wonder if it did hit off the bat.
Yeah.
And then hit him kind of in the face. So it looks like a foul ball off the face.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Rowan's going to come out of this ball game, it looks like. Didn't really look good right at, kind of took a deflection off the face. Did Rowan. Still kind of checking to see, maybe just going into the dugout to get a drink of water. Not sure. This season you can connect with Americans like never before on social media. Follow us on all platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. All season long, you can connect with the Americans' latest news and updates. We got at Americans PGCBL on X, at Niagara Falls Americans on TikTok, at Niagara Falls Americans on Facebook, and at NF Americans on Instagram. For all the latest updates and news, head to our social media pages today and give us a follow. If you're following us on social media, you would have seen that tomorrow the home opener at Sal Magley Stadium, Doug Allen, the Buffalo legend, will be singing the national anthems on opening night at Sal Magley. Some scrambling going on in the Americans' dugout. Tom Rowan looks like he's going to come out of this ball game. The Americans searching for a catcher. Looks like Miguel Salcido is going to come in and hit for the Americans. Looking around the Perfect Game Collegiate League tonight. A couple other games. Auburn ahead of Newark at Colburn Park 6-0. Olean leading Geneva 2-1. The Niagara Ironbacks ahead of Jamestown 1-0. Oneonta ahead of Mohawk 2-0 in the East Division. And Amsterdam leads Glens Falls 4-0 as we return back to action here. Miguel Salcido will come in to hit for Tom Rowan, because that was called a foul ball, and Rowan takes out. And Miguel Salcido called out on strikes. Strike 3.
That was huge. Instead of a bases loaded, nobody out, now first and second, 1 out.
So Salcido comes in for 1 pitch and is sat down on a nice spot in the lower corner by Branch. That's a big strikeout if you really look at how it went down. Now 1 out. Justin Gladfelter at the dish for the Americans. Branch, Gladfelter, 1 hopper to second. Stopped. Braden Nye makes the out at first. The runners move up 90 feet, but that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, I was going to say Gladfelter, the only player on this team with a walk and a hit. That one hit sharply. Thankfully, not like Ganschow for an out. Bobbled it enough to move the runners over. Still get the out. Huge spot here. I believe it's Stickler.
Logan Stickler at the plate for the Americans. A big spot, like you mentioned. Miguel Salcido with that pinch hit for Tom Rowan. Stickler caught on a miss there. Like I mentioned, Salcido comes in for 1 pitch, strikes out, then Gladfelter grounds out there, moves the runners up, but still out. So 2 outs. Branch in his second inning of work. Pitch to Stickler is a strike on the outside corner, so it's going to be 0-2, 2 outs.
Got to put contact.
Branch ahead of Stickler, second and third. 0-2, 2 outs. Top half of the 7th, the Muckdogs have a 2-0 lead. Branch from the stretch deals the 0-2. Foul down the first baseline by Logan Stickler. So it'll still be 0-2 here.
Runners moving there on that 0-2 count.
Yeah, any ball put in play, runners are most likely going to be moving unless ball's hit in front of Ganschow at second, but Americans still looking for that first run of the night. Pitch by Branch. Stickler grounded to second, fielded by I, throws over to first, and makes the inning-ending play. Back-to-back plays for Braden I. It's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left in base. At the end of 7.5, the Muckdogs lead the Americans 2-0 here at Dwyer Stadium. Remember, fans, Americans game is a great way to entertain a group for the evening. Now we are able to offer fundraisers tailored to your group needs. For all group information, please contact the Americans office at 716-215-6161 to reserve your package today. Time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Dwyer Stadium. Great presence here at Dwyer Stadium. You can hear Take Me Out to the Ball Game right there. A fan favorite. You know, Ethan, looking at some stadium history here at Dwyer Stadium, was home to an abundance of different famous players in MLB history. Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, to name a few. A couple Phillies legends back when the Muckdogs were an affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies. Also been an affiliate for the Marlins, the Cardinals, the Indians, the Mets, the Tigers, and the Pirates all the way back in the 60s. Have won 4 division titles in the Perfect Game League and 6 in the New York Penn League. Also 2 in the Pony League. 2 league titles in the New York Penn League. Most recently in 2008 as well. Another famous player to wear a Muckdogs uniform, or a Batavia uniform, that is. Then they were the Batavia Trojans, was Cito Gaston in 1966, the first African-American to win a World Series. He won back-to-back World Series with the Toronto Blue Jays in 1992 and 93. Managed the Blue Jays for 12 seasons. Wore Batavia Trojans uniform in 1966. Cito Gaston, a baseball legend and a Batavia legend. So new pitcher for the Americans, Porter Slattery, the southpaw. So just 1 inning of work for Jackson Lerner. Slattery will take over for Lerner. Looking at Jackson Lerner's line, he went 1 inning. Just faced 4 batters. No hits, no runs. 3 flyouts. Solid outing from Lerner. What's up? Slattery into the game for the Americans. He'll face James Quintero. Check that Jacob Vexco coming up to hit. Mitchell Canuel checks into the game to catch for Tom Rowan. The Americans kind of in desperate mode to find a catcher. They're going to turn to Mitchell Canuel, who's a right-handed pitcher / middle infielder from Westport, Mass. Assumption University. You really wonder how much catching experience does Mitchell Canuel have?
Yeah, it's tough here, especially in this 2-0 game. Just gotta try your best here.
Yeah, no Tyler Foxcroft tonight out of the lineup, so the Americans turn to Mitchell Canuel as Slattery will face off against Jacob Vexco. Deals a fastball for a strike.
Yeah, went inside there, right to the left of that bat. Good pitch so far.
Vexco, the right fielder for the Muckdogs tonight, struck out and walked. Flies that one down the first baseline for a foul ball, so it'll be 0-2. Vexco struck out swinging back in the fourth and walked in the second. It's the third at bat here. In the bottom half of the seventh, the Muckdogs lead 2-0 against the Americans.
Curious to see that slider.
Slattery featuring a fastball slider mix, and there's that changeup, misses low and away. Some action in the Americans bullpen. A couple guys getting loose out there. Coach Cordero gonna have to put this one together with a backup catcher now in the game, Mitchell Canuel. Slattery from the stretch deals. Fastball outside corner, just misses. Good left-handed tail, just missed with the two-seamer. Now 2-2 against Vexco.
Yeah, good pitch there from Slattery. Just missed that outside corner.
Slattery from the stretch. Deals that slider low and away, misses. A good off-speed pitch by Slattery. Just didn't land it quite where he wanted to. Slider curveball mix, kind of more of a sweep action by Slattery. Plays his school ball at Drury University, a Division II school, all the way from Shawnee, Kansas. Slattery comes from. Here's the full count. Misses, ball 4. So Slattery pitched 2 nights ago in St. Catharines, Ontario against the Ironbacks. Walked his leadoff batter in that game as well. And here's another leadoff walk surrendered by Slattery.
Yeah, he had 2 swings and misses on that 0-2 count. Tried to go with that put-away slider outside. Couldn't get it. Couldn't really find his zone since then.
So the Muckdogs will make a change and call on a pinch runner for Vexco. It's Glenn Brooks, a center fielder from Pace, Florida. He'll run for Vexco. Brooks definitely a threat to run. So Vexco out, Brooks in. Here squares the bunt, misses inside. It's going to roll to the back of the screen here behind home plate off of Canuel's glove. Monell squared the bunt. Didn't get it down, pulled back. Ball all the way to the back of the screen.
Yeah, he tried to go for that first pitch strike that he had in the first at-bat where it was painted perfectly. That one just a bit too inside. Not sure if Canuel was expecting it because he was a little bit late to it. Still talk right now.
Canuel going to talk to Slattery. So Glenn Brooks into the game as a pinch runner. A sophomore at Pensacola State College, all the way in Pensacola, Florida. That's a Division I junior college. Brooks started 28 out of 29 games he played this year. 5 doubles, 26 RBIs. Named to the Panhandle Conference defensive team. Slattery, the southpaw. Monell going to square to bunt. Marcotte all the way in from first, just about 5 feet away. Pulls back the bunt. Canuel throw it on to third. And it's a stolen base by Glenn Brooks, who took off on the play. And 90, 180 feet, just like that.
Yeah, they're really stealing off Canuel. Felt when that 3-2 pitch was a walk, knew they were trying to go against him. Wasn't close second, wasn't close at third as well.
Slattery misses that one too. So 3-0, Slattery having some command issues so far. There's the 3-0. Missed outside, ball 4, 2 walks in the inning for Slattery. Can't locate the ball. So first and third, nobody out. The Muckdogs are in business now, flipping the lineup to the top in Jalen David.
David 1 for 3, started that rally at single.
Taking off from first. Canuel fakes the throw. And it's a stolen base for Miles Monell. No throw down. So now second and third, nobody out. See if the Americans will bring in the infield. They will.
I think he was expecting a double steal there.
Slattery on the mound. Second and third, 1 ball. Pitch. That's ripped into shallow right. Coming on, it's caught. Another throw home by Santos. This time, it's not going to be in time, and it's going to get by Canuel. So it's a line out to right, but a sac line out by Jalen David, and another run on the board for the Muckdogs.
Yeah, pretty good throw there from Santos. Pretty similar to that last one, but I think with Canuel coming in, I think someone like Rohan is able to maybe make that a closer play, but I think with Canuel behind the mound, I think you need that one right on the plate, and it wasn't. Now runner at third with 1 out.
Yeah, so Santos' throw, a good one just off the line, had the distance, but Canuel couldn't corral it in, so another 90 feet for the Muckdogs and for Miles Monell. Slattery, a good lefty-lefty matchup here for him against Luke Rabinski, who's 0 for 1 today. A walk, a hit by pitch, and a pop out to the shortstop. There's that slider from Slattery called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th. The Muckdogs lead 3-0 against the Americans. Dwyer Stadium, lights on a Friday night baseball game. Slattery lands that slider 0-2. 1-2, excuse me.
Yeah, just took 2 straight strikes right down the middle. Not sure what he was looking for because he got a pretty good one right there.
So Slattery up 1-2 in the count. A strikeout here would be big against the lefty Rabinski. Slattery gets him right there. Another slider. 3 straight sliders for Slattery. Caught on and missed by Rabinski. 2 outs.
Yeah, big strikeout there from Slattery.
Huge strikeout. 1 out, runner on third. We saw that earlier in the game. Ryotaro Munakata Cade with a runner on third, and Justin Gladfelter all the way back in the third. That put an end to a Little Americans rally. See if Slattery can get out of this one and put an end to a Muckdogs rally. Slattery deals. Slider low and away. Missed. Caught by Canuel.
That's a really good grab there from Canuel. That one was way outside. Had to fully extend there. That one probably saved a run.
Absolutely it did. We mentioned Canuel coming in earlier. A 2-way right-handed pitcher, middle infielder, now taking some reps behind the plate for this Americans team. Slattery, fastball, cut on and missed for strike 1.
Yeah,
Evan Brock nods his head. He was right on that one.
Yeah, Brock, that 2-run single. Reason why it was an 2-0 game for so long. Trying to extend it here. 1-1 count. It's just behind that fastball from Slattery.
Here's Slattery's 1-1. A backdoor slider lands in on the outside corner for strike 2. So Slattery ahead 1-2. Getting better and better, it seems, as the inning goes on here. Slattery is. Evan Brock playing third base tonight for the Muckdogs. Wearing number 11. Here's the 1-2 from Slattery. Fouled down the first baseline right into the net. It'll be a 1-2 once again to Brock, the 3-hitter for the Muckdogs. Brock plays at SUNY Brockport. Played 43 games this past year, 43 games started. Tied for the lead in RBIs on the team. Slattery misses up and out, so it'll be a 2-2.
It's just looking for that payoff pitch here. Got it on that last one. 2 walks, now a 2-2.
Slattery, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch outside. Misses with that slider, tries to land it on the outside corner again, didn't get it, so it'll be a 3-2.
Keeps going back to that slider. I think you got to go to that heat inside. That's really what froze that last batter.
Slattery in the stretch. Here's the 3-2. Fastball inside corner, ripped down the left field line. It's going to land fair for a base hit. Rounding first, headed for second is Evan Brock, and it's a 2-out RBI double for the Muckdogs. Third baseman. Another rung for Batavia. 4-0 lead. The Muckdogs pulling away here from the Americans.
Yeah, he just was looking for that heat there. Left it just a little bit too much over the plate. And great job there, able to keep that ball fair as it one hops to the wall. Stand-up double there. It's that 2-0 lead. Now doubles to 4-0 in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, so a big swing right there for Evan Brock. The Muckdogs going to make a change here. A pinch hitter into the game. Jalen Roque out. Brian Johnson into the game for the Muckdogs.
Yeah, Brock having a great day. 2 for 3. 3 RBIs.
Now pitch hitting for Batavia, number 52, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson into the game. Taking a spot in the DH spot of the lineup. Jalen Roque out, Brian Johnson in. 2 outs, runner on second. Slattery misses inside for ball 1. Brock taking a good lead off second there. Something Slattery's going to want to watch. Just 4 hits on the night for the Muckdogs, 2 of them coming from Evan Brock. And he's got 3 RBIs as well. Brock taking off for third. Canuel throw down to third. Brock's in there, safe. Evan Brock, second steal of the evening. Having a night.
Yeah, they're just stealing off Canuel right now. It's a pretty good throw. Jump wasn't the greatest, but still gets in safe.
So he'll move up 90 feet in the case of a pass ball. That's a big play. Here's the 1-1 by Slattery. Pass ball outside corner, got it for a strike. So it'll be 1-2 to Brian Johnson, the pinch hitter for the Muckdogs. Bottom of the 7th, Muckdogs lead 4-0 against the Americans in the battle of the Can USA ownership teams. Slattery misses. Pass ball. Outside going to be played at the plate. No, there is not. And it's another Muckdogs run. 5-0 Batavia leads here at Dwyer Stadium.
Just feels like a nightmare inning here. Nearly get another out thrown out at home. Scores 1. Then another double down the line with 2 outs. And then another 2-strike count. Pass ball there, scores another. Now it's 5-0 Muckdogs.
Here's the 2-2. Just misses outside. Slattery wanted the call, didn't get it. So it'll be a full count with 2 outs against the pinch hitter, Brian Johnson. Muckdogs now lead 5-0 here in the bottom half of the 7th. Slattery just misses outside with a changeup. So it'll be 2 outs, runner on first, 5-0.
Left fielder number 22, Kyle Vaughn.
Pitch called a wild pitch on that last one by Slattery. Slattery deals. Fastball inside corner, called for a ball. just misses.
Yeah.
But a half a ball inside. Slattery doesn't like it, walks around. Gonna have to keep throwing, but looks like he's getting a little squeezed here. Tough to tell. Obviously, from our angle, home plate umpire has a better view than us. Slattery. Caught on and missed there by Kyle Vaughn.
Yeah, a couple of those that just missed. Thinking back to that double, the pitch before, I believe, was called a ball. 1-1, 3 runs later.
Taking off from first is Johnson. Throw down by Canuel. Johnson's in there for another steal for the Muckdogs. Kind of stealing all over Canuel, who's an inexperienced catcher. We've mentioned a couple times now, but now another runner in scoring position. Slattery from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 to Vaughn. Fastball, got him. Strike 3. Slattery gets out of the jam. A tough inning. When you look at it from the Americans' perspective, though, 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 7, it's the Muckdogs 5 and the Americans 0. We'll be back after this short break. Tom Brook and Ethan Duncan with you on the Americans Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Americans would like to thank Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric for their continuous support. Salino Plumbing's licensed Buffalo professionals strive for same-day service with fully stocked vehicles to reduce wait times. Whether it's emergency plumbing, mainline repairs, or anything in between, call 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs.
Landon Stoddard. Stoddard now pitching for your Batavia Muckdogs.
You heard that one, a new pitcher into the game for the Muckdogs. Landon Stoddard in on the mound for the Muckdogs. Stoddard in on the bump here in the top half of the 8th. Some more